Yo, what is going on? We are back again with another YouTube tutorial, man. And this one, we're going to be doing some waves, man. Look at that. He's spinning, man. Seasick, man. But before we get into that, we got to see what he looked like first. So this is what we was looking like. Um, you can see he pretty much had a fresh cut. This was probably like a week, um, a week, maybe a little over a week from his last cut. So boom, so we're gonna really comb them waves out. You can see right there in the front he got a calic. So I like to leave it longer, and we'll get into that. So we're gonna take the number 2 guard. We're gonna start busting down this top and sides and back. Again, I'm like staying off that front hairline because I like to leave it longer. So we hit that with a 3. So right now we're just getting these waves cut down. I like to comb it out with the comb first. We're going to take the 1.5 guard now and knock down the sides. Okay, so I like to keep the top at a 2, the front hairline at a 3. We'll go down with the grain with the 1.5. And this is just establishing, the haircut. So, it's like I go through, I get the haircut pretty much where I want it. Then I'll go back through, do fine details, and we'll get to that. So right now we're getting it laid down with the 1.5. You see them waves coming back to life. Okay, now we're gonna take our 2 guard. We're gonna open it up, and we're gonna go against the grain here to really start getting into this taper. I feel like this is a spot where I struggled with, thinking that I had to go with the grain the whole time in the beginning of my career. Like if somebody needed waves, wanted waves, like I thought I had to go with the grain. Like, yo, you go with the grain to keep them waves, but then when it comes to the taper or the fade, like you can't be afraid to go against the grain. You can't be afraid to go and make that haircut look good. Um, and what I noticed, here we go, we're going to hit this front hairline with the 3, keeping it longer. So that way when he puts product in, when we put product in, the hair lays down instead of fighting me. Or he's looking silly after a couple of haircut, or after a couple days after the haircut. So we'll hit this hairline with some hairspray, get it nice and laid down before starting this taper. I like to get it laid down and give the edge up a nice clean line. You'll see me do this in a lot of my videos. I like to, outline the haircut and then fade or taper. For me, I just feel like it's like, it keeps you in the lines. It keeps you from going outside the lines when tapering or fading. So you see how I just took my fingers? I like to use the mirror, man. So like I'll take my 2 pointer fingers and look into the mirror to see which side is higher, and depending on whatever side is higher, that's the side that I will start with when lining it up. So again, we're going to give myself an outline before starting the taper, so we lined them up around the ear as well. Now we're going to bald this out. After we bald it out, we're going to take our clipper, open it up, and go up about I would say go up about 1 inch. And more of a rainbow shape, so we are staying, off that corner, off that C cup and that box. So once we have that, we'll close up the clipper and attack that line that we were left with. We're going to fade out that line, and then we'll get into the detail work with some of these guards. Okay, so now we're going to start fading that line out, grabbing our 1.5, because if you are 1 guard open, which is, I call it a 1.5, because if you remember, we did the 2 guard open to start fading, and then I'm assuming I closed it. So really all I'm doing is using this one guard, going up into that taper area against the grain. I'm going to throw on this 1.5 guard, close it up, and then get into that 2.5 guard. But you can see how his C cup is still there, the box is still there. You're just working the clipper in a smaller area. We're taking our 0.5 guard or our half guard, and now we're just detailing out that fade, that taper. You know, don't overthink tapers, because literally a taper is, you're doing the same thing that you would do in a normal fade. It's just in a smaller area, but at the same time, don't let that fuck with your mental when it comes to, you know, just getting the job done, okay? Yes, you don't want to push it too high. Yes, you want to control the clipper, but at the same time, you want to fade the hair. So don't be afraid to fade the hair. That's a little piece of advice for my beginners who are watching this. Again, so we're going to do the same thing to this side that we did to the other side. We're going to get our line up. Then we're going to bald it out. Then we are going to take the clipper with no guard, open it up, go up about 1 inch, fade that line that we're left with out by closing the clipper each notch. Well, closing the clipper all the way, then open it each notch until you're open all the way. So halfway, go up about 1 inch, keeping that rainbow shape, so that way, you know, we can keep that C cup, keep that box. After you have that established, you're going to close your clipper all the way up and attack that little line there. And then you're going to open up the clipper each notch until that line is faded out. After that line is faded out, you will then go and grab your 1 guard, open it up, and blend into that 2 guard. So right there, I just closed it. I closed it halfway. And I'll close it all the way. Switch guards. 1.5 guard. We're just going to get that little bulky area. That extra weight, we're going to blend that out. Come up around the ear. That's another thing. In the beginning, when I started doing tapers, like, you know, don't be afraid to go around the ear. So we're going to take our 1/16 guard. We're going to detail out the blemished areas in this taper. I always start with the clipper usually open, because you can always take more. You can't put it back on. That's my thought. So we're going to go with that 1 guard again. Like, you can have your process, you can have your steps, you can have your system, but not every system is going to work, you know, perfect for everyone's head or everyone's hair. Like, you might have to play some musical guards to get the hair to look the way you want it to look, to fade the way you want it to look. Look, here we go. I'm throwing back on the 1/16 guard. You know, and that's my other thing, is like, you know, don't get stuck in one spot. It's like, alright, yeah, I've been working on this taper, it's coming together, but sometimes set that down and go to the next, you know, the next thing. So here we go, we're going to do the same thing in the back that we did to the sides, and I cut this up because we literally are doing the same thing that we did to the sides. So, you know, follow the same steps in the back, keeping it below the occipital bone. That's your reference point when it comes to the tapers in the back, is that bone in the back of their head. Now we're using our trimmers to kind of break that line up. Here we give them a nice shampoo, get that hair, that scalp clean, hair laid down. Here we go. We're going to take our wave lotion and get it nice and good on damp hair. I get that everywhere. Now I've seen some videos where you know, the dudes be using the wave caps, put it on, and then, you know, shampoo that out. I don't do that, but I use the diffuser. So that piece equipment is very similar to, you know, putting them under the dryer. It's just you got to stand there and hold that thing over their head. But I mean, this keeps the hair from blowing all over the place, becoming frizzy. So you brush that all down, lay it down, keep it laid down on high heat without burning them, obviously. Brushing that product through the hair, keeping it, look at those waves, man. Keeping the hair nice and laid down. Once I got it all laid down, like that, we're going to comb it out, detail any areas that need to be detailed, catch that line up on that edge. So here we go. We're going to hit this, fill this calic in, fill that front hairline in, really make sure it's nice and dark. And this really makes these waves pop too, enhancing. So you can see me going through those waves right there to deepen them. Gonna get this hairline, this box. Going in the crown. Make sure that's nice and dark for them. This was a VIP cut, so I definitely took, you know, my sweet time with this. So, like I said, we're gonna detail the taper, go back through and hit any hairs that need to be touched up over that edge up. Because again, after you put that product in and really lay the hair down, you know, there will be some maybe extras that you didn't get the first time. So this Pacino's cream is just the next thing that I like to use when it comes to the waves. It really gets them waves extra deep. So you can see that right there. Boom. Look at them. For those of you who haven't used Pacino's products, feel free to use my promo code J.STRIVES15 on all your Pacino's orders, man. I love these products. It's real deal shit. Smells good. People love it. Works great. So the cream I like using in the wavers and, you know, obviously other hairstyles. But when it comes to the waves, I do like to throw this on to really catch that deep wave. So here we go again. Any extra flyaways, man, we're going to take them off with the foil shaver. But this is our finished look. This is it. Tapered, shampooed, enhanced, and ready to go about his day, man. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. If you want to see anything, man, please leave it in the comments and let me know. Thank you, thank you, thank you.